Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to the Mansuri Show. I'm your host, ARY Mansuri, and today I'm at the High Commission of Pakistan in Ottawa, and it's my distinct honor and a pleasure to have His Excellency Muhammad Saleem, the esteemed High Commissioner of Pakistan to Canada, with me. First of all, I'd like to welcome to you, His Excellency, for joining us today.
Most welcome, Mansuri Saab. Thank you for having me on your show.
Before we begin our conversation, I'd like to present a short introductory video of His Excellency Muhammad Saleem. So let's watch it together.
Here on the Mansuri Show, it is always a privilege to bring you voices that shape Pakistan's presence on the global stage. Today, we are honored to introduce a diplomat of depth, experience, and quiet authority, His Excellency Ambassador Muhammad Saleem, High Commissioner of Pakistan to Canada. Since January 2025, Ambassador Saleem has been serving in Ottawa at a time when Pakistan-Canada relations and engagement with a vibrant Pakistani diaspora carry growing importance. Since assuming his responsibilities in Ottawa, Ambassador Saleem has been actively engaging Canadian political, diplomatic, business, and community circles, reflecting a hands-on approach to strengthening Pakistan-Canada relations. He joined the Foreign Service of Pakistan in 1995, beginning a career that reflects steady progression, institutional trust, and a deep understanding of diplomacy. Over the years, he has served at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad in multiple key roles, from early assignments in the late 1990s to Deputy Director, Director, and Director General, and most recently as Additional Foreign Secretary in 2023 to 24. Alongside policy and leadership roles, he has also contributed to shaping Pakistan's future diplomats, serving as Director General of the Foreign Service Academy in Islamabad in 2024, a role that speaks to both his experience and the confidence placed in his judgment. His diplomatic journey has taken him across continents. From Germany to Bahrain, Romania to Canada, Ambassador Saleem has represented Pakistan in diverse geopolitical environments. Notably, he also served as High Commissioner to Tanzania, with concurrent accreditation to the East African Community, further expanding his global diplomatic footprint. Academically, he brings a strong strategic foundation, holding a master's degree in strategy and diplomacy from the National University of Malaysia, and he is a graduate of the National Defense University in Islamabad, institutions known for shaping strategic thought and leadership. Fluent in English, Urdu, and German, and grounded in both professional and personal values, he represents a blend of experience, discipline, and global perspective. With a career defined by consistency, credibility, and service to Pakistan, His Excellency Ambassador Muhammad Saleem stands as a steady and respected voice of Pakistan on the global stage.
I'd like to begin our conversation today with the Pakistan-Canada relations. Your Excellency, how would you describe the trajectory of Pakistan-Canada relations, and in particular, the recent meetings of our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar Saab and the Foreign Minister of Canada, Anita Anand. They have met twice in the last 4 or 5 months since the new government of Mark Conry, the new Prime Minister, took over. So were these meetings just casual, routine diplomatic engagements, or is there a renewed momentum in the bilateral relations?
Thank you very much. It is the most important question. Pakistan-Canada bilateral relations were always free of any political irritants. They have been all along very conducive, friendly, and Pakistan has been enjoying Canadian technical support during 1960s, 70s when we were in the developing stage. Infrastructure, particularly the first cement plant in Pakistan, Maple Leaf, that was built with Canadian expertise. Canadians also helped us during the construction of Tarbela Dam, Mangla Dam, Warsak Dam. Coming to 21st century, our relations had been more about security and peace in the region during the last 2 decades. But more recently, since this government has come in power, Canadian government has a policy of diversifying their economic engagement with the rest of the world. and we have taken full benefit of that diversification drive. And I am happy to report that since the new government came to power in Canada after the 28th of April 2025 elections, and the new cabinet was formed by end of May. And our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar Saab and Foreign Minister of Canada, Madam Anita Anand, they met on the sidelines of ASEAN Regional Forum. That was in Kuala Lumpur on 10th of July. And within 2 months' time, I would say we had arranged the second meeting on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York on 22nd of September, just last week. So the trajectory is upwards, and we are working on making it steeper. And in fact, as of now, we have a delegation from Canada in Islamabad, and we look forward to a very intense engagement for mutual benefit of Pakistan and Canada in the coming months and years.
Thank you. That's very exciting. And of course, the UN General Assembly meeting, Pakistan had a really successful, meeting. And so that's very encouraging to know. So let's look at the trade between the two countries, because I'm sure that's one of the things that would be on agenda. So the trade between Pakistan and Canada is very modest and concentrated. So Pakistan exports to Canada the apparel and textile primarily, and then Canada exports to Pakistan primarily the newsprint, the legumes or pulses and newsprint. So beyond these traditional areas, what are some of the sectors that are potentially very promising that you're looking at to expand the trade, the bilateral trade, and what are some of the initiatives that the High Commission is taking to expand our trade with Canada?
Pakistan-Canada trade is on the rise. For example, in the last calendar year, Pakistani export of goods to Canada was around $460 million US. Canadian exports to Pakistan valued around 220 million US dollars. That was trade in goods. Similarly, Pakistan exports to Canada in the services sector in the last financial year was 208 million US dollars. And in IT alone, our exports to Canada last financial year valued $117 million. Similarly, Pakistani diaspora remittance from Canada to Pakistan during the last year was around $620 million. So these values, if you sum them up, it crosses $1 billion. We are trying to diversify the products which are being traded between the two countries. In addition to textiles, pharmaceuticals, surgical goods, sports goods, we are primarily focusing on enhancing the collaboration in services sector trade. And in that, ICT is the most promising and low-lying fruit. We did organize a delegation visit from Pakistan to Vancouver. There was a IT summit in Vancouver. It is an exhibition, information communication technology. We had 5 companies from Pakistan which came to attend that event. That was in May. So we are trying to diversify Pakistan's exports to Canada. The only problem we have is Canada is the second largest country area-wise, but the population, the consumer market, it has a population of 42 million plus people. So you really have to find the niche areas where there is still scope. Otherwise, if you only talk of goods, then you also have to see the market size.
Right.
I think we are, as of now, the basmati rice, the Pakistani spices, Pakistani oranges, Pakistani mangoes, Pakistani textiles, whether they are garments, they are bed linen, they are hosiery items. Our exports meet the local demand.
Let me ask you about the student permits. In this year, the student permit approvals for Pakistani students to Canada has sharply declined. So I'd like to ask you, what is the key reason for that, and what are you hearing from the students and their families, and what steps is the High Commission taking to engage the Canadian institutions and the authorities to keep the flow of this pathway to education open?
If you have monitored or if you have been covering the Canadian domestic political debate in the last 1 year and or more, you know that there are local economic, housing, medical, immigration related issues that has impacted intake of foreign students in Canada by the universities from all countries of the world. We were, in any case, around fourth, fifth uh, largest supplier of foreign students to Canadian universities. One specific characteristic of Pakistani students is that we only have students who want to come for their second or third degree in universities in Canada. We do not have the students in polytechnic or diploma awarding institutions here in big numbers. So Pakistani students are basically for high-end universities like McGill, University of Toronto, Dalhousie University or University of Ottawa, British Columbia University. So the intake annually on average is around 4,000 students from Pakistan in Canada every year. Just to give you an example, I was in McGill University for the start of the new academic year on 27th of August last month. And Pakistani students in the university are around 100. And if you want to compare it proportionately to other countries in Asia, I am happy to report that we match the proportion that Pakistan deserves, given the population of Pakistan and other countries in Asia.
I see.
Because the largest number of foreign students coming to Canada is from Asia. We are third, fourth largest student in numbers in various Canadian institutions. So I'm not, I would say that yes, the number of applicants may be more, but the annual intake has been on the steady increase rather than stagnant or rather than declining.
Canada's foreign ministry frames its relationship with Pakistan around five main areas, namely the governance, climate, development, security, and trade. From your perspective, which of these areas show the strongest alignment today, and what are the key obstacles, such as visa delays, tariff barriers, or limited student mobility, that you believe must be addressed to make the partnership more effective?
The preamble of your question basically relates to the priorities of the government of Canada. Similarly, the government of Pakistan has its own priorities when it comes to its foreign policy goals, objectives being promoted abroad. I had the opportunity to meet the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan just last week. And let me tell you that our priorities are almost similar to what Canada wants to do in Pakistan. So the foreign ministries of the two countries, the diplomatic missions, the consulates, we have to promote the common areas of interest. where there is mutual benefit and where there is mutual willingness. In Pakistan, we have primary goal to promote investment
Right.
and bring in investment from Canada. And let me share with you that we have one of the very large mining firms, Barrick Gold. They are in a copper and gold mining project in Balochistan. Similarly, we are short of energy and we are seeking foreign investment and expertise in clean and green energy. And again, there is a company, JCM Power, a Canadian company. They are in a wind power project in Sindh province, close to Karachi. And we are now reaching out to other major mining, energy, ICT, infrastructure, and commercial agriculture companies in Canada to consider Pakistan as their favorite destination for enhancing the investment. So our effort is ongoing, and we are holding regular seminars, workshops, regular webinars, and reaching out to various Canadian firms, whether they are in Alberta, in Quebec, in Ontario province. Similarly, in agriculture, the strong provinces are Saskatchewan and Manitoba. I was there in Saskatchewan myself. I met the agriculture people there, and that's why there is a business delegation now in Pakistan, and they also have representatives from Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
I'd like to ask you about the diaspora, the Pakistani Canadian diaspora. But before I ask you that question, I'd like to ask you, you have had a very illustrious career spanning almost 3 decades. You have served in so many countries. You were the High Commissioner of Tanzania. You have been, or you've, worked in our Foreign Office, as well as you have, worked in Germany, Romania, Bahrain, and so how do you find the community, the Pakistani Canadian community here versus your other assignments?
Uh, Canada is a country of immigrants,
Mhm.
and the Pakistani diaspora mostly consists of professionals. They are engineers in Alberta, oil and gas. There are doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. You find them in British Columbia and in Ontario and Quebec province. Then there are other professionals like IT experts. They have come in the last 10, 15 years. ICT engineers or software engineers. And then the students who came here for higher degrees, some of them stayed back for a 3-year work experience, and some of them they decided to get Canadian immigration. So Pakistani diaspora in Canada is mostly white collar people, mostly professionals, whether they are medical doctors, chartered accountants, engineers, lawyers, bankers, and ICT professionals. The second thing is that they are very closely linked. Their heart still beats for Pakistan.
Of course.
And as I told you, the statistics for remittances, the remittance from around 300,000 strong Pakistani community in Canada outperforms Pakistan's exports to Canada.
Right.
So 660
That's
million
amazing.
is their remittance, and our export from Pakistan to Canada is around 600 million. So they are outperforming Pakistani exports. So I'm grateful that they are still inclined. This is beside their family remittances or donations they are doing for different philanthropic projects, whether they are for hospitals, for education, for natural disaster related mitigation efforts. This is a great source of satisfaction for me that the Pakistani diaspora here is not only successful in their individual or community levels, but they are also engaged in Canada, Pakistan, Pakistan, Canada community, people-to-people connections.
Both Pakistan and Canada often praise the more than 300,000 strong Pakistani Canadian diaspora as a bridge between the two countries. The diaspora now has meaningful representation in the Canadian Parliament and the Senate and has excelled across business, health, and engineering. What specific programs such as diaspora investment vehicles, SME matchmaking, or startup visa pathways is the High Commission prioritizing to convert community links into measurable trade and investment?
The advantage with the diaspora is that they know both countries very well.
Yes.
In addition to what the consulate, we have 3 consulates in Vancouver, in Montreal, and Toronto, and the High Commission in Ottawa. In addition to different initiatives which we receive from different provinces and the federal government in Pakistan, we also engage the community. You must have be knowing that there are number of Canada Pakistan or Pakistan Canada community associations. There are a number of Pakistan Canada Business Councils,
Right.
Pakistan Canada Chamber of Trade and Commerce. So many of these community organizations are already working on enhancing economic, trade, commerce, investment related ties. One major initiative they are taking is they organize regular delegations visits from Pakistan to Canada and from Canada to Pakistan. So what the consulates and High Commission are doing, we facilitate their visa processing, we facilitate their meetings, whether they are bringing a delegation from Pakistan to Canada or they are taking a delegation from Canada to Pakistan, whether it's in Karachi, in Lahore, Faisalabad, Sialkot, or any other city, or in Islamabad. So that is the job of the High Commission and consulates. We have a trade and investment wing here. Similarly, Canadian High Commission in Islamabad, they have a trade commissioner. So we organize and we exchange notes and we plan the visits and their meetings and we facilitate each other's delegations.
Pakistan has recently faced severe flooding. In which areas can Canada and Pakistan work together most quickly and effectively, such as early warning systems, climate resilient farming, or disaster risk financing, and any other programs? And what kind of support are you looking for from Canadian partners?
Pakistan is one of the most vulnerable countries, vulnerable to climate change related disasters. Unfortunately, this year again we had a heavy flooding which impacted large parts of Punjab province and Sindh province. And as of now, there are a number of philanthropic or immediate post-flood disaster relief donations that are being made at diaspora level, at community level. The government of Canada also chipped in an amount to different partners which they are working in Islamabad with Canadian High Commission for disaster relief. And the third thing, as you said, what can be done at the policy level, at government to government level. This climate change is a global phenomenon. We are one of the most vulnerable countries. Like this year, you saw there was number of wildfires across Canada throughout the summers. And it impacted from east coast to west coast, from north to south. So climate change is a common global phenomenon. It is impacting the entire planet. And there is a proper United Nations climate mitigation plan, and number of projects and initiatives in that plan include like carbon gas emissions. The developing countries have to reduce their carbon gas emissions. Same is the case for the developed world. And there is a carbon emission fund. You can get relief and assistance through the World Bank, through IMF and through donor countries under the Paris Agreement on Climate Change. Similarly, they have a United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It is based in Germany, at Bonn. They have number of initiatives and projects. You have another organization called United Nations Framework Convention to combat desertification. This secretariat, this technical body is also based in Bonn, Germany. So it is for the government of Pakistan. We have a climate change ministry, and they are taking different mid-term, immediate term, and long-term initiatives to make Pakistan safer and to reduce the disasters being caused by recurring floods in Pakistan. Similarly, we have the National Disaster Management Authority. They have built their capacity to a large extent. Now they have provincial disaster management authorities in all 4 provinces in Pakistan, including they have NDMA offices in Azad Jammu and Kashmir in Muzaffarabad, and also in Gilgit-Baltistan. So it is a multi-level task to build the capacity of provinces, to build the national capacity, and NDMA is doing a good job on that as regards early warning and informing people and to try to save as many human lives as possible. And similarly, at international level, Pakistan can work together along with Canada in the UN to get maximum support to make plans to minimize the disasters being caused by natural disasters like floods.
Canada's new Forced Labor in Supply Chain Act requires Canadian importers to file annual reports on preventing forced and child labor. How is the High Commission helping Pakistani exporters, especially in textile and leather, meet the due diligence requirements, so that the shipments are not disrupted?
If you see the value of Pakistani export products to Canada, the bulk of Pakistani exports are textile products.
Right.
And if you may be knowing that Pakistan is already working with the European Union on a special project called GSP Plus.
I see.
So there are some 28 benchmarks for any country in the developing world to qualify for the GSP Plus scheme of the European Union. And the 2-3 points you raised, like child labor or like
Those are already
other
addressed.
factors, they are already human rights. They
I
are
see.
already part of that scheme. That's why Pakistan's exports of textiles to North America and to European Union have been gradually increasing in the last 10 years. So Pakistan is already aware of these labor rights or child rights related conventions. We are already signatory to most of them. And our industry and private sector is complying with those standards. Safety, the number of employees in a workstation, what is the working environment there. And you have to pass the quality control test, which also includes labor rights and child rights and safety at the workplace. These compulsions are known to our industry, and they are in compliance of that.
So these are not an issue
They
for
are
us.
not new, and we have not been impacted by
Any of
this
this.
law. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, you had mentioned that the Pakistan's export to Canada of textile and apparel is 400 or some million. How much of it that is textile? What
It
percentage?
is 70% of Pakistan's exports is textile
see.
related product.
I see. Your Excellency, with PIA's Canada service suspended in September 2025 due to aircraft maintenance, what step is the High Commission taking with Canadian regulators and airports to restore service, increase frequencies, expand routes, and strengthen cargo corridors to support bilateral trade?
The PIA service was suspended by PIA in Pakistan.
Oh,
It was not suspended by
to Canada.
Canada.
Oh, I see.
So we have a small aircraft fleet, and these aircraft have to meet regulatory and compulsory mandatory maintenance and
Mhm,
overhauls. So that was a decision internal to PIA, but this was just for 1 month,
mhm.
and I think it will not impact the trade negatively. Uh, while PIA was suspended, we are on a very geographically, strategically, and at a very lucky place, and we
Mhm,
have airlines, other regional airlines who frequently fly daily to Canada from South
mhm.
Asia. We have connecting flights of other regional major airlines, so it will not impact our travel. But this 1 month long suspension was PIA's decision.
Your Excellency, you took over the charge at the High Commission of Pakistan in Canada in December 2024, and you have accomplished a lot in this short period of time. I'd like to ask you, what are some of your priorities in the near term and the long term as the High Commissioner of Pakistan in Canada?
My first priority is to continue with the momentum that has been generated in it of political engagement at the top
Mhm,
level.
mhm,
I'm glad that the Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan has met the Canadian Foreign Minister twice
mhm,
in the last 4 months since this new government was elected in Canada. But now I'm working on, I'm looking forward that there should be meetings at the Prime Minister level, head of state, head of government level visits. We are also working on parliamentary delegations visits from Islamabad to Ottawa and Ottawa to Islamabad. And then we also are working on sending a big Canadian business delegation. They call it trade mission,
I see.
a Canadian trade mission to Pakistan. This is my immediate next six up to 6 months time, uh, and then we will see what is the value of trade, the volume of investment by the end of this year, and then we will make a roadmap for 2025 and beyond, 2026 and beyond.
Before we close, um, is there a message you would like to send to the Pakistani Canadian diaspora who are watching tonight?
I want to congratulate them for their success as a community. They have earned a very good name for themselves in Canada, across Canada, by virtue of their hard work, dedication, and abiding the law of the land. In addition to being successful at individual or family level, I would urge them to contribute to Pakistan-Canada relations,
Mhm,
because people-to-people connections, people-to-people friendship helps the two countries, the two governments to enhance bilateral relations. So I have been telling friends, Pakistani community friends, that whenever they visit Pakistan, they should take a Canadian family along. If
mhm,
they are staying there for 2 months, they can host them for 10 days, and the
mhm,
Canadian guests can come back. Similarly, if they are visiting some very unique tourist attraction places in
mhm.
Pakistan across Makran coast,
Right.
the Makran coastal highway,
Mhm,
or interior Sindh, interior Punjab, interior KP, or Balochistan, or if they are going for a trip to the Gilgit-Baltistan, to Swat, to Naran, Kagan, or Neelam
mhm.
Valley in the Jammu and Kashmir, they should take at least one Canadian friend with them, whether they are going on summer vacations or on winter holidays.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
Pakistan is definitely really beautiful. I was there just recently, a few months ago,
you.
and
MashaAllah.
you're absolutely right. Your Excellency, thank you so much for sharing your time, your insights, and your vision. It's really been my distinct honor and pleasure to host you here at the High Commission of Pakistan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us, and thank you for the visit.
And for our viewers, Thank you so much for joining us. Please keep watching the Mansuri Show. Keep reading our newspapers, Pakistan Link, Urdu Link. Keep sending us your feedback, your comments at the address on your screen. And above all, stay connected with Pakistan. Till the next time, Khuda Hafiz.
Parents, show your love with Tahir Halal Kids multivitamin gummies, made in the USA and certified halal. Delicious and packed with essential vitamins, these gummies keep your little ones healthy, happy, and full of energy. No fuss, just fun, because good health should taste great. Tahir Halal. Love, nutrition, and care in every bite.
ताहिर प्रोडक्ट्स आपके खानदान की सेहत के लिए बेहतरीन हलाल विटामिन्स और सप्लीमेंट्स खालिस, मियारी और फखर के साथ अमेरिका में तैयार करदा।
Kaba Fusion is a pharmacist-owned, patient-focused team of professionals with over 30 years' experience providing intravenous medication to patients in the comfort of their own home. Founded by Dr. Sohail Masood, Kaba Fusion has 7 state-of-the-art pharmacies located across the country. Visit us at kabafusion.com to learn more about the benefits of in-home infusion therapy.